I'm Josh Skinner for WithJosh.com, and next to me is Reichen Lehmkuhl. Reichen, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks.
You have a lot going on, my friend. First, you're an entrepreneur. You're the winner of Amazing Race, Season 4. You won $1 million.
Well, yeah.
We had to split it.
Yeah, and then split it, and then it was like $260,000 after taxes.
It's still fun. You got to see the world, right?
Yeah, better than a stick in the eye.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're an author, you're a model, you're an actor. You're also, we have to mention this, you were a captain in the United States Air Force.
Yes.
You were a flight instructor. You have your own jewelry line.
Mm-hmm.
You have your own calendars. Anything I'm missing?
No, I don't think so, but, you know, I like to do a lot of different things. I kind of, I get bored if I'm doing just one job, so.
Creating the Reichen Empire.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Well, I had the opportunity to read your book. It's called Here's What We'll Say, Growing Up, Coming Out in the United States Air Force.
Uh-huh.
Great book. I loved it. I really did. And first I want to ask you, why did you want to write this?
Thank you for reading it.
Oh.
It's nice.
Well, it's my job.
Yeah, well, I know. We've passed this around to a lot of Hollywood producers, and we can't get anyone to actually read the book. So, you know, but now there's actually a screenplay adaptation out on it that's being passed around, so pretty exciting. But you liked it.
I liked it. But why did you want to tell your story?
You know, I kind of had some downtime after the Amazing Race, and I was kind of just taking some time off. I had been in the Air Force for 9 years, and I had worked a couple jobs. I was a teacher for a little while. I taught AP Physics at Crossroads here in Santa Monica, and I just decided that I wanted to write down kind of and remember everything that had happened to me in my life and like how I got to this point. And I just started keeping like a memo on my computer, and I started from my very first memory that I could remember, and that was me standing in my front yard in Cincinnati, Ohio, and somebody asking me how old I was, and I held up 3 fingers, and that's the earliest memory I have. And I just started writing down all my memories, and like just to kind of get an idea of who I am and why I am the person that I've become. And it turned into a book. And I really wasn't planning on making a book when I first started writing this. I was just writing for myself.
You mentioned that you were writing the book and you were figuring out who you were or are. At the end of the book, what was that conclusion? Who are you?
I am a person who, I think like everybody else, reacts to every situation based on what I've been through. And I understand so much more now why I react the way I do to everything that happens to me with another person. And in other situations, I know why I react the way I do when I'm surprised or disappointed or when I talk to people.
You were very open in your book. I mean, you talked openly about your childhood and your fears, and, you know, what struck me is that you grew up thinking that you weren't attractive. And, you know, fast forward to 20 years later, you've got all these calendars, and you've been naked in a movie, and, like, you know, like all that stuff. And do you still have those insecurities?
Yes. Yeah.
Why?
I think, like, more than ever. Because I don't look in the mirror and think that I'm attractive, you know, and I mean, I know that I look a certain way that, like, for instance, would sell a calendar. When I did the calendar, I don't think I look like that anymore. I look back at the calendar and go, well, okay, I guess I looked, good enough to sell a calendar like this. But I just don't, I don't know, I'm still kind of, have you ever met someone who grew up and they were very overweight, but now that they're an adult, they're more in shape? But they're kind of always that fat kid trapped in that body. And a lot of people who I've met who have been through that are extremely nice people, but they also have lower self-esteem, and it's interesting how it follows you through your life. I was really picked on as a kid. I didn't have a lot of friends. I was singled out because I was very effeminate. I was very shy around everybody and scared of the world. And I think it's still with me. And I can put on the act, but really, I'm not that confident of a person.
I think the boldest statement that I read in your book, that if I could sum it up in like one sentence, it was your reaction to Don't Ask, Don't Tell. You said Don't Ask, Don't Tell is the permission to lie.
Yes.
Explain.
Don't ask, don't tell isn't a solution to keep people in the military. The military is a place where integrity is first and foremost. This is the profession of arms, where, unlike any other profession that you could name, people's lives are on the line. So there's a huge need for integrity. Integrity meaning honesty, and being able to be proud of who you are. If you talk about the integrity of a piece of metal, you're talking about how strong it is under pressure. And people are the same way. If a person isn't given the chance to be a person with total integrity, then it's tough to do your best job in the profession of arms, where you have to really look out for each other and have that camaraderie. When you tell someone you can come and be in our organization, but you can't be yourself, you have to lie, it immediately sends weakness through the ranks. And I think that we're getting so close to allowing gays to serve openly in the military, and it's going to really up morale within the military. There are going to be no secrets anymore. No one looking out to see who's doing what, and it's also going to show the rest of the military that it's okay to serve with a gay person. They're not going to try to hit on you. Just like another straight person isn't going to try to hit on you in a work situation.
What I found interesting about your book is that you didn't really find out or figure out that you were gay until you were already in the military. And I'm sure that's a lot of people's stories,
Yeah, it takes a tremendous amount of character and self-confidence to come out of the closet to yourself. Mm-hmm. To even tell yourself that you're gay takes a tremendous amount of character.
You mentioned the Bible a few times in your book, and
oh yeah, I love the Bible.
You love the Bible.
Yeah.
well, what would you say to those who are conservative and who are churchgoers, and if they came across a few chapters of your book, and they would say that you're deceiving yourself, you're going to hell? I'm just going to go all out there. What would you say to them to convince them that this isn't a choice? This is who you are.
Yeah, as sure as they think I'm going to hell, I know I'm not going to hell. And, the Bible is a book that is supposed to be used to spread the message of someone who arguably was probably the closest person to a higher power or spirituality who ever walked the face of the earth.
Right.
And, when we look at, and we're talking about Jesus, and the book the purpose of the book was to spread Jesus' message, which is to love everyone. And a lot of the things that the Bible talks about are historical accounts of the way people were treated. And the Bible doesn't say exactly if the way people were treated was right and wrong. There was a lot of things that happened in the Bible in those historical times that don't happen today, and that we would definitely say is wrong today to treat someone.
But did you struggle with your faith and your decision that, or your coming out?
Yeah, I think anyone who was raised in faith struggles, and I did too. I was raised Catholic. I went through Catholic school as a child, and then religion classes, and I wanted to find a way to mix my newfound homosexuality, or admitting it to myself, with my beliefs in God, because I don't know, I just didn't want to let it go, but I had to. I kind of watched all that shatter in front of me too.
So you believe that God actively works in your life?
Yeah, I definitely believe that God works in my life. Yeah, but I don't actively believe that I know the definition of God. God could. I know that it's something that's controlling the motion of everything in this world and the motion of everything in the universe, and whether it's a mathematical formula or if it's a guy in a beard, I don't know what it is, but I know that I'm watching it all play out, and I know that I've been given some sort of intelligence to realize it, and if I step back, I go, okay, wow, I'm learning lessons, that I'm going to take with me forever. I think we come to this earth to learn. I don't think, obviously, everything we have on the planet, it's borrowed. I own this shirt, but it's really borrowed. I can't take it with me, and everything that I have is borrowed. But the one thing that I can take with me is a set of lessons and a set of, lessons learned, and that's what I'll die with. And I think that has to do with the higher power.
Wow. I appreciate your honesty.
Yeah.
Thank you for being so open.